Salute, peace and power, shalom, assalamu alaikum to everybody, no matter where you at, where you located, where you be on the planet. To all my subscribers, thanks for returning. Thanks for your support, the likes, the shares, comments. Highly appreciate it. May God watch, may God bless. To any of my new subscribers, I appreciate it. Strap on your seatbelt. Thank you for subscribing, becoming a part of the tribe. And on the other end, anybody that don't like me, like what I do, like my videos, you know what it is. Unsubscribe, don't recommend, not interested. Now, this video is about bosses and leadership and how those two sound the same, but they're not similar. I'm gonna say that again. They sound the same, but they're not similar. Bosses are in position to tell people what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and even where to do it. I prefer to take on a leadership role. Even though I have children, I don't want them to follow me. I don't want anyone to follow me. I just prefer to be in a leadership role because you can lead someone without bossing them around. You can lead someone and they don't have to follow you. And you could display leadership without someone following you. But when you're a boss, you have to give someone rules, regulations, things to abide by. And I understand that everybody is not good when it comes to abiding by or following rules or respecting guidelines or stipulations. So by me being a leader and or displaying leadership, I don't have to worry about that. Because when you're a boss, everybody's not going to like how you operate. Because people will say this, you know, my job is cool, but I don't really like my boss. I don't really like my woman. She be trying to boss me around. I don't really like my man. He be trying to boss me around. But when you understand about being a leader and display leadership, it doesn't matter about leading people or guiding people. They'll be like, nah, I respect the guidance. I respect the leadership. I appreciate the guidance. I appreciate the leadership. When you got to boss somebody, got to be here this time, got to be there that time, got to show up dressing like this, you got to show up dressing like that. But when you're a leader or you display leadership, you can lead by example. Like I lead by example, meaning my actions could say more than I can ever say. The way I conduct myself, the way I carry myself could say way more than anything I can ever say. But when you're a boss, a lot of times, you got to be hands-on and deal with people and speak to them. Maybe in a way they don't want to be spoken to. Maybe in a way they don't want to be dealt with. But a lot of people say they bosses. A lot of people say, I got my own business. I'm in charge. Everybody got to listen to me. Well, I'm a leader. I display leadership. Don't matter who don't listen to me. But somebody can see what I do and abide by that, or that can help them increase something in their life or with their lifestyle. The way I conduct myself, somebody can say, you know what? I respect or I appreciate how he conduct himself. I'm going to implement that. And a lot of times you display leadership or you become a leader, some people get this confused. They believe or they think they got to follow, and that's not true. Or they got to follow what you do as a leader. That's not true either. Or they got to follow behind what you do as a leader. That's not true either. Like I said, it can be implemented. Me leading by example, the way I conduct myself, the way I interact with others. Someone can implement certain steps that I'm taking into their lives. That don't mean they got to follow what I'm doing or follow how I'm doing it. They don't have to do none of the above. But since I'm leading by example, they can say, you know what? I'm going to implement that. Or I'm going to look into that. Or you know what? I'm going to try that method. And if it don't work for them, it don't work for them. And if it do, it do. But when you're a boss, you're giving people no options, no choice. And I don't have a problem with bosses or people who are bossy. I don't have a problem with that. But it's a difference. And that's one of the issues I have with society. When you implement a difference in something, some people don't know how to respect that or understand that. So they get upset or they get emotional or they get bothered or disgruntled. That's why I do homework and I do research. So I could pay attention. So I could listen to learn and learn to listen. See, when you display leadership, you know how to do that too. Or when you're a leader, you know how to do that. You know how to listen to learn and you know how to learn to listen. But when you're a boss, ain't nothing to listen to. I'm the boss. Nobody could tell me nothing. And I don't want nobody telling me nothing. But when you display leadership and you're a leader, you can listen to learn and you can learn to listen. And that's why, or that's how it come. In other aspects of life, when people have that I'm a boss attitude, I'm a boss mentality, other things don't go as well as it should go. Like when you parenting, because it's like, I'm the boss. It don't matter what your mother said, or it don't matter what your father said. Do this. But when you display leadership and you're a leader, you can lead by example. And your child could say, well, I seen my mother or I seen my father lead by example. And you know what? The way they was leading, I have no issue with that. So I'm gonna implement that in my life. But when you're a boss, you gotta give out them rules and you gotta give out them regulations. When you're a boss, you might have to fire people that you don't want to fire. You might have to hire people you don't want to hire. You might have to deal with people you don't want to deal with because you're the boss, though. And just because you're the boss, you might not be able to get fired. That's a fact. But what's also a fact, people may not want to deal with you. And they may want to take their business elsewhere because you're so bossy. You want to be in control so much. I had to learn this about business and the difference between being a leader and a boss. When you're a boss, sometimes you can't own and run 100% of nothing. So that means if you say that the buck stops with me, I'm the boss. I don't care what nobody say, yada, 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 yada. Okay, no problem. But people may not want to deal with you. And when people don't want to deal with you, now go on 100% of nothing. Go ahead, have fun with it. Owning 100% of nothing. When you display leadership and you're a leader, somebody come to you and say, yo, you know what? I've been sitting back paying attention. I like how you lead, or I like how you can display leadership. You know what? I could make you the lead dog at this company, or I can make you the lead person with this. And I believe the way you socialize and you interact with other people, it wouldn't be an issue. And you may fit that criteria and or that position.